Yeah, so I think by the time I reach Cambridge, Ontario, I'll look like a, like a monk who was lost in the woods. And the problem is that I never expected I'd be away for so long, right? I left my yard in Cambridge, I think it was March 9th or 10th, and I can visualize where my shaver kit is, and it's in the bag in the trunk of my Challenger. And of course now we're in Red Deer, and I've been on the road since March 10th, and today is April. Yeah, April 10th. So I've been on the road for a month. And I get up this morning, went to my truck, threw around my kettlebell, did some pushes with the barbell plate. Everything is good, and I started looking on the map, like, okay, the logistics. I'm loading Tuesday, and I'm only about 2 hours away from my shipper. And I found a place. It's not actually Calgary, it's like south of Calgary, half an hour. And I found a truck stop nearby, and I wanted to leave Sunday, but then I think, wait a second, so why would I sit there Sunday, Monday at a truck stop? I don't even know if they're open, like the building itself is open. At least here I can go and buy some food at the gas station, or that A&W in the distance. It's like normally I call them on the phone and I'm telling them I'm coming. Hey, this is Serge from the hotel across the street. Okay. Mama Burger, Papa Burger, we're good. And so I called the office of the hotel. I said, hey guys, is it okay if I stay 2 more days? And they said, yeah, let me check. Yeah, fine. We'll keep you in the same room. And so I went to Wyndham Rewards website. And there's an option there you can use your points, because each time you stay, if you use Wyndham Rewards to book your hotel, you get points. And then you can use those points to book a room, And so I look at it. I have like over 4,000 points. All right, how many points I need to book one night? And they say 7,000. No, that's too much. But then they have an option. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but basically you get a discount on the rate if you use a small amount of points. And in this case, like the standard rate is $58 Canadian a night, but if you use 1,500 points per night, then the rate drops to, I think, $43 Canadian. Or 45, something like that. No, I think it was like 40, 43. And so I booked 2 nights, so I saved money, so I used up my existing points. I still have like 1,000 points left. And all I need to do now is just go downstairs tomorrow and let them reprogram my key, right? Because the key will not work after tomorrow lunchtime. And a guy was talking to me on Facebook. He wanted to stop and say hi, but I thought he was coming in a car. He never mentioned that he was a trucker. And then around 11 o'clock, I see some guy parked in with a B train next to my truck. I didn't get any messages, any emails, and it's pretty easy to email me from my Facebook page. And so the guy never said anything, and so I saw somebody walking around taking pictures, looking at my everybody's interested in that booster, because it's a pretty unusual design, right, with that like big airbags. And then and then it's like now I started doing my EFT over here, like my miles, my fuel. And then I remember this guy. He was saying that he wanted to stop by, right? And I checked Facebook and I see the pictures. I see pictures of that B train parked next to me, so I knew it was the same guy. So I sent him a message. I said, I'm sorry, you know, thanks for stopping by. And I was looking at my paperwork. You know, always a good idea to check if your load is ready, and that's what my broker said, or my broker friend from Alberta said. Maybe Friday, try to reach out and talk to them. You know, maybe the machine is ready Monday, or maybe it's not ready, but he says talk to the shipper. And I look at my paperwork and I see an email address on the customs documents, and it just has the first name and then handle and then the company name. So I thought it was, you know, some girl from the front office or something. So I emailed her, and then 10 minutes later my phone rings, and this is my freight broker, and he says, Sergey, do you know, because I included him on this message, you know, just wanted him to know that, you know, I'm still here, I'm getting ready to load, right? And I put like CC and freight broker. And so this freight broker calls me in a panic. He says, Sergey, that lady you emailed, that's not the, he says, she's a VP in sales. VP in sales, and he says, your message was a bit harsh. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I thought that's all I could find, but all I said was, I said, hey, this is Sergey. I'm the trucker coming to pick up this excavator. Just reaching out to make sure the paperwork is ready and the excavator is ready / clean. And my guy says, you were a bit harsh. But I had no idea that I was a VP in sales. Only later I looked again through the paperwork and I see that her signature is on all important documents, you know. So anyway, then later I see a message, it says sent from iPhone, and it starts, hey there, yes, the machine is ready, and name freight broker, has all the paperwork. Okay, we're good. So anyway, so what I learned here by doing this ridiculous 20 million of calculations is that from January 1st to March 30th, first quarter of 2020, I did 28,923 kilometers. Okay, that's my mileage for the first quarter. 28,923 divided by 1.609. So 17,975 miles. But I do it in kilometers because all my IFTA paperwork is my IFTA office is in Ontario, so everything has to be in kilometers and in liters for fuel, not gallons. So 17,000 in 3 months. So that's why I'm pretty sure that this truck will be selling like hotcakes, you know, when it's time to sell it, because I'll probably have much lower mileage than normal. And I bought 14,177 liters of diesel fuel. So 14,177 divided by 3.78. So that's 3,750 gallons. 3,750 gallons. So that's definitely my biggest expense. Biggest expense in trucking. Well, after the bills, you know, after the payments for the truck, the trailer, stuff like that. But 3,750, you know. Let's say if it was 280, because during this first period it was not as low as now. But let's say even 280 US, so that's 10,500 bucks US just for fuel. You know? So, and I was checking online to see, like, you know, already thinking about my next move, like what do I do after I'm empty in New Jersey. And of course, you know, not too far is the port of Baltimore. And I talked to a friend of mine. He says, no, the port is closed. They sent everybody home because of the coronavirus. The port is not open. Okay, so I go online. I find, you know, just Google Baltimore port, and right away the website that pops up is Ports of America, I think it's called. Ports of America. And I look at the news releases, and the latest news release is pretty recent, and all they do is they're talking about measures they're taking to, you know, protect their employees and visitors. And then at the bottom, last paragraph says, the port is fully functional and fully operational. And so I posted my truck. I went back to my load board, and I posted my truck in that town where I'm delivering in New Jersey, and then I posted my truck in Baltimore, saying that I'll be looking for a load to Ontario. So, but yeah, the plan now is basically, yeah, get ready, load Tuesday, and then probably Monday I'm gonna order all the permits for Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, because I know roughly the weight of this thing. I moved them many times before, and then yeah, then I'll stop in Cambridge probably for like half a day, one day, drop the Jeep, find my shaver, you know, shave my beard, shave my hair, and order permits for New York, PA, and New Jersey, right? And I'm pretty sure I will need an escort in New York. And somebody said, oh, and by the way, and so yeah, I'll be running with the neck down, with the long neck down. And why you need that? Because I'll have the booster in the back. If I flip the neck up, the truck can be overloaded because the booster sends a lot of weight forward. So if I had a straight 4 axles in the back, and actually, yeah, actually I don't need the booster, you know, like if I take the booster off and flip the neck, then I can even get away without an escort. But with a short neck like 101 inches, I hold the same model of an excavator before, and I know that I'm overloaded on the drives and the pusher, but I'm underloaded on the steer axle. Just 101 swing radius is just too short, you know. And also I like driving with the booster. It's much easier to go around corners. It's much more maneuverable. So I'm gonna keep the booster, and again, because the booster pushes the weight forward, I'm gonna keep the neck down. So all I'm doing is just leaving the Jeep at home and driving like that. And I did, if you remember, I did an excavator like that without the Jeep but with a long neck, and I remember it worked very good. All the weights were properly distributed on axles, so I'm positive that if you're using a booster, you need a long neck. So that's my update. So I hope everybody's doing okay. Enjoy your Easter holiday. The weekend is coming, and one thing I noticed in the past few days is that the traffic on Highway 2 picked up considerably. I see more cars, I see more trucks, and I see much more activity around the A&W Burger. So I'm just about to call in for my Mama and Papa Burger, and I hope they still have something left, because there's people going around, you know. There's no, the dining room is, of course, is still closed, so, but I see much more cars than, let's say, 3 or 4 or 5 days ago. And I've been watching the news conference today in the States, and it's just amazing how quickly those, you know, death numbers are rising every day. And that's, of course, for me is a cause of concern. So I want to make sure when I entering US, I will have all kinds of PPE, you know, gloves, masks, stuff like that. Oh, and the Wayne, the super fan from Edmonton, who dropped off food and some supplies. He also brought me this bandana, and I thought I would mention this because this bandana, it looks like silk. You know, it's not cotton. Maybe it's a mixture of something. But the problem with this is that, first of all, it's a bit difficult to breathe through this material. And basically, I'm just trying to say that if you're trying to buy something like this, you know, to cover your mouth, like that video was showing, you know, like you do it like this, put a rubber on each end, and then do like this, right? And it'll stay in place. But because it's very slippery, this material, I tried it, and with rubber bands on each side, it did not want to stay in place. It was like basically sliding down your face, because material is like, you know, there's no friction. And so I tried it like this, just like a, you know, like a cowboy, you know, like a bandana, right? Hold on. You know, like this, like you see in old cowboy movies, right? And it's a bit short, but in a pinch, you know, this would work. But again, it's difficult to breathe through this material because it's not natural, it's not cotton, you know. So I think, yeah, for something like this, you need more natural material, you know. But yeah, you see how it's moving, right? It's too slippery. So that's the last thing I wanted to mention. So if somebody is looking for a bandana, yeah, so try to get some kind of natural material like cotton or something like that. So, all right. Well, time for a lunch break. So now we're gonna call those people and tell them about my order, and then we'll go there, grab the burger, and I'm gonna change it to, I still have some cabbage, some veggies, so I'm gonna throw out the buns from the burger, or maybe I'll just order it like lettuce wrapped, and then I'm gonna use my like leaves of cabbage instead of a bun, and it tastes pretty good, you know, like I have a big head of cabbage, and just put the meat inside and just wrap them in the leaves, and it's easy to eat and it's very tasty. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, take care.